And they're all the way from Florida. All right. I don't want to have to take the tollway, but that is where Office Space, well, you know, it's a long, Office Space is a long story, the movie Office Space, because it was not filmed this close up, but that building is in Office Space by Mike Judge. It's that building right there. It's connected to the Galleria, that building right there. If you watch Office Space, it's in the distance, and it's only in the opening scene, the very, very opening. That's pretty much it on it. And it's that building right there. It's like a hotel or something. And that building on the other side by the Blue Garage is in it too, and I think this building is right here is another Office Space building for filming location for Office Space. You can see another one right here, but the way that the Mike Judge films it, he films it from the other side of the highway, on the other highway, not on this one. But anyway, I thought it was interesting. All right, this is Dallas North Tollway. We're right by the Improv, which is known as a comedy improv, but they call it the Improv. Now, they shut down, or they closed the Improv in New York City, the one that Seinfeld became known in, where Seinfeld was discovered. But they kept the other improvs. There's one here, there's one in Arlington, there's, I don't know all the locations of all the improvs, there's quite a bit. But Lenny Bruce started here in Dallas as a comedian. It's a true story. I just wanted to tell you. But this is pretty much where the Improv is, like the area, if you ever go to the Improv. It's funny. My friend Ryan Lunt went there, and I just laughed. Ho, 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 ho. Funny, funny, funny. Ho, 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 ho. All day long. Look at this. It says Mary Kay. That's the Mary Kay building. The cop that approached me in White Settlement was off of Mary Kay Lane, spelled exactly the same as it says Mary Kay. There's probably like a whole history of Mary Kay. All right, we'll be going to Hollow Guys to pick up your Indian food, or Hollow Guys for the English majors. And this is I Lost Control, the Cole and Linda Filmmaker Band. Now we're going to pick up your Indian food and drop it at your doorstep. And they're all the way from Maryland.
What would it make a difference if you try to take this week or next month and come to the warranties?
Yeah, you as well. All right. We've got 1 mile to go. We'll be there 4 minutes. The arrival time will be 1 o'clock p.m. and the post meridian. And you'll get your Hala guys. You can kind of see it over there. So I guess they call it Hala guys. It's like a Indian food place or Mediterranean food or something. All right, we are in some apartment complex right next to the mall. Oh my God, what is this doing? Yeah. I don't know what it's doing. Let's see what kind of damage it did. That's a very dangerous thing right there. So, don't know why they would do that. But we're gonna check it out. Let's see what they did. This is Dallas, which are full of weirdos. Where it hit, somewhere in here, but no damage really done. None that I can see. That really makes me mad. They need to fix those gates. It's absolutely ridiculous. Looks like we have some people that are either moving out or no, they're moving out. I'm moving out. Billy Joel. That sounds like a good one to listen to. I'm moving out, which is Billy Joel. But Dallas, you know, I'm not going to be real critical. I lived in Carrollton for 2 years. And I lived in Irving for, I don't know, I guess maybe almost 5 years. So I've done the whole Dallas thing, I guess you could say, at least areas of it for 7 years. I haven't really lived in the downtown area. I'm looking for 17. But their building complex stuff is very sporadic. There's 12 and there's 11. It's just sporadic. It's crap. There's 11 over there. But they don't need the gates that close on your car. You know, that's just going too far. You know, it's like Road Warrior kind of stuff. There's 9, so it's nowhere. 17's nowhere to be found. I'll have to get in touch with them. They're all the way from Arkansas. They do have magnolia. The magnolia tree is here. See if the right one opens. Yeah, it still opens. I don't see why that one wouldn't open though. Yeah, it's just the chain. It was off the chain. I'll have to put it back on the chain. All right, we're on our way. The thing slammed like right. If I was on the right, yeah, I would have hit the right. So I looked at the right side. Didn't even really nick it or anything. These cars have this weird body on it where it prevents nicks and stuff like that. It helps the insurance companies by doing that. They put they make it out of this weird material. I don't really know exactly how they do it, but oh well. It didn't. I've even been in some bumper to bumper kind of stuff, and it doesn't even leave like a little tiny scrape or anything. All right, so what I'm listening to now is Why Won't My Ship Sell? The Cole and Linda Filmmaker Band. Check it out. It's on Bandcamp. There's a symbol for Bandcamp. That vlog there, Linda and I did in the snow in the winter time. It's probably like around February of maybe 2020 or 2021. Anyway, you have to look on the vlog. But it was that church right there. I can recognize it from here. Believe it or not, that's an airport right there. You can see the tarmac in a way, if you can imagine it at least. But that's basically an airport. I don't know if they still use it. You can kind of see the hangars in the back right there. There's a road over there that it looks like maybe an old airplane, like a personal plane. Yeah, I can see it from here. This is off of Plano Parkway. I don't remember ever seeing this airport, but it's been here for a while for Cessnas and personal planes. Wow, there's one right there. That's a personal plane right there. I think that's like a little place where you can maybe rent them. Just like Romancing the Stone. You ever seen Romancing the Stone? Oh wow, the gate's open. I'm I'm gonna ask around about it. This is cool. This is cool. Hi, is this an airport? Is this an airport? Oh, it is? Cool. Start like walking up and stuff. This is an airport. This is so crazy. Oh, wow, it is. These are personal planes right here. Linda actually knows someone that has a personal plane. They take off from, it's near Love Field, is all I have to say, but it's not actually Love Field. Yeah, I'll have to find out that it's probably Addison Airport. This is not Addison Airport though. This is for personal planes only. So the tarmac is somewhere in this, it's right there. The tarmac is like right there. This is insane. So this is Plano, and if you have a personal plane, you can land it right here in this field. I don't know if you need clearance or anything. I don't know. I don't know what you do with the personal plane though. There's another one right there. I mean, I guess probably you would get clearance, or I don't know. I didn't even know this existed. This is so cool. Don't tell John Travolta. It goes right through like a neighborhood. There it is, the tarmac that I was talking about. That is awesome. That's a tarmac for personal planes. It's right next to a little neighborhood. This is completely awesome. I'm sorry, I'm floored. They have a plane right there. So if you have a personal plane, you can actually land it here in Plano. Let's see if there's a way out of this area right here. This is amazing. You could probably land it on this one. I would suggest the tarmac, but you could if you needed to. If there was another plane landing at the same time. Oh my gosh. Pretty cool. I'm just kind of getting the footage on it right now. Huh. I thought it was like a neighborhood that... Oh, it is a neighborhood. Right over there. That goes right into a neighborhood. So when you're landing the plane, you're like landing right in a neighborhood. That's pretty cool. That's even a house right here. And they have tarmac, so they can pull their plane up this way. And this could be like a hangar right here. Be pretty cool to live here. Be like, well, hey, I can land, pull my plane up here, get in the house and go. I don't know the name of the airport. I'm assuming Plano. It says it right here, but the blue dot's covering it up. Air Park, Dallas Airport. It's called Air Park, is what I'm assuming. According to this map, it's on Hebron. Some say Hebron. And it goes right into this, and these people have their own little garages for their airplanes. They're like, oh, I'm gonna park my airplane. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I accidentally found it. I saw it from the side of the road, right by Air Park Lane. I don't know if anyone's vlogged it before, but it's right here in Plano, Hebron. I guess Hebron is another area for Plano. Air Park is a name on it. All right, right into a neighborhood, and then you pick up your mail. You could probably just have an airplane here if you just wanted an airplane only, you know, and just fly around, and, you know, you could fly to, I don't know, someplace to pick up supplies, I guess. and then fly down and land and then go into your home. And that's what John Travolta does. He has his own community that he flies his planes, he lands them, then he parks them next to his house, brings his supplies, you know, whatever he needs, into his home. And he could probably even go grocery shopping that way, or he probably has. You know, he could land here if he wanted to, and then go to a grocery store and then bring it back to his personal plane, and then take off and go back home and land. Some people just fly by plane. They just have planes only. Pretty cool. And look at this right up this way. Is that not awesome? They're like right by an apartment. You could have your own plane and park it in one of these hangars, and then you have an apartment if you don't want to keep up with all the housework. Cool. There's the outside. Here's the tarmac right here. And it's right close to West Park Boulevard. Right by Plano Parkway. And all the way from Florida. Another one, all the way from Florida. All right, so if you know anything about Plano, you know these polo town crossing guys. Basically honoring polo players. If you ever know anything about polo. It's a sport that you play with horses and these mallets. I call them mallets, but you hit a ball and you run around with your horse. All right, so we got Velvet Taco, and we're gonna be headed to pick up your taco covered in velvet, and then we're gonna drop it off at your doorstep. It's 2 miles. We'll be there in 5 minutes. 1:33 p.m. in the post meridian to pick up your velvet taco and go on to the next step. All right, boys, we're at a different velvet taco. I thought we were going to the other one, but we're going, construction. And these construction projects are very important, so keep them going. I love what they're doing with the place. Now, the Velvet Taco is on the other side of a place called Shake Shack, the best place on the planet. The best place on the planet to get a shake. It is the best. It's one of the best. It's top 10. If you want a shake, a $5 shake, or even higher, get yourself a $5 shake at Shake Shack and Velvet Taco. No, I don't think they have them at Velvet Taco. This is a cool little car right here. Shake Shack, they do. But what is this? Oh, it's a Cobra. Yeah, I want to get a little one like this for LA. Do the whole Wayne's World thing. I do these things with these cars in Dallas. Mercedes over there too. This is what? It's a Cameron or something like that. Oh yeah, it's got Wi-Fi right here. It's doing the Wi-Fi thing. No, it's Ferrari. Okay, I got it mixed up. This is Porsche. This is Porsche. This is what I thought it was. It's Porsche. Yeah, it's Porsche. It's an SMU guy. Pretty cool. Yeah, Marie Antoinette eating cake. Velvet cake. Pretty cool. All right, there's Velvet Taco. And we'll be going 1.7 miles to the drop-off of your taco. It'll be there in 5 minutes, 1:43 in the PM, as in post-meridium. All right, guys, if you're on Bandcamp and you heart something, you put it on the wish list, you can only listen to it like one time and then you have to buy it, okay? So if you take it off the heart, I'll show you right here. See, well, let's see. Go to radio. No, downloads maybe. No, most played. This connection right here. There we go. See how it's hearted? That means you can only play it so many times. If you take it off that heart, like this, then you can't play it again. That's a little glitch that I know about. Why won't my ship sail? I'm listening to another song right now. All right, I just found out when I hearted it or not hearted it, it still wants you to buy stuff. I thought that you could unheart it and glitch, and then you'd be able to, glitch out and be able to listen to it, but that's not the case. You listen to stuff, and you listen to it again and again, then they make you buy it. So if you keep listening to my music, you'll have to buy it. So please buy my music. Why Won't My Ship Sell? By the Cole and Linda Filmmaker Band. All right, we're dropping off at Creme de la Cream. Creme de la Cream. Wait for the cream. Wait for the cream. That's where we're dropping off. So they've got a little refreshment stand right over here. If you want to get a refreshment, come over here. This is really nice. I like when they have refreshment stands. Get yourself a little refreshment. That's great. That is so great. That's so great. It's just so cool. I gotta check this out wherever this place is. They give out refreshments. Oh, maybe it's this one right here. All right. What is this? Hi, I've got food from Velvet Taco. What is this place?
It's a private preschool.
Ah, okay. Preschool, okay. It's preschool for kids. Got it. Hey guys, it's me again. Welcome to Actor's Life with Cole Spivey. When you get on Internet Movie Database, they're going to ask you for a credit card. Now, you can go on Internet Movie Database Pro, and you can manipulate your bio, you can put things down about yourself, and you can put all your movies, your independent movies, all the famous movies that you're in, and you can put it all down, and you can write a bio. But if you don't have that credit card, you can't go back in and change things. So you have to have a credit card to go back in through Internet Movie Data Pro. And then you can go back in and edit. And you can add your headshot too. Now, when you lose the credit card funding for that particular app, Internet Movie Database or IMDb, your headshot will go away. Even if you put like 10 or 20 headshots. You got to keep the credit card going. You got to keep paying them. Personally, I think Facebook is better. But anyway, that's what I wanted you to know. And if an agent or someone puts you on there, because I was put onto Internet Movie Database, but I later went in through Internet Movie Data Pro and added my headshot and all that stuff and my bio. But when someone puts you on there, you have the ability to do that. But it does take time, and they have to approve of what you put down for production. They actually approve of it. They'll do backstory research. They'll research it and find out, was this guy really in this movie? And if they say so, then they will approve of it and let it be. But if you lose the credit card funding, the headshot will go away, but the name stays the same. Looks like this person's got a little Bucky sticker. Little Bucky's over Texas. See? Little Bucky's. All right, a little lag. We're in lag time. It's just 2 o'clock, so don't panic if you're doing this type of delivery. You're gonna lag out about from 2 to 3. Sometimes you'll get cigarette runs or beer runs for the tequila sunrise people. But this is Cole's with what I pronounce it as Sephora. How do you pronounce it? Send me an IPA. It's basically International Phonetic Alphabet. Sephora. You like it? That's how I pronounce it. All right, we're going to go in and check them out and see how they're doing. And they already got theirs established. The one in my town is still being constructed. I'm over there in Fort Worth. This is Dallas. Looking good. The doors got some little copyright coming in above us. Oh yeah, it is open. Okay. You can get facial supplies here. It'll work for men as well as women. But if you want to do like a facial, you can actually get the supplies here. I've been through a Sephora before. See what I'm talking about? Like 10 hour or 100-hour hydration. I'm seeing if they have any kind of like witch hazel like toners. Here's a guy right here. They do have men products. Pure Clean Daily Facial Cleanser right here. This is the name of it right here. I don't know if it's the actor or not. Could be though. This is Deep Dive right here. Glowlick facial cleanser right here. Oh, this is cool. This is its face moisture. significant moisture. The toner is really what I was looking for, but I occasionally use these. It's for beard and oil. And this one has a little try me. Pit Boss. Pretty cool. This one's pretty cool too. This is one right here. Cologne, like Superman. And when they get the Sephora by my place, I'll be able to go. They got rid of a lot of them around town, so it's cool that they have it here. That's Sephora for men. Well, they have men products in there. And yeah, here we go. It's pretty difficult to do, but it's pretty cool. You got little facial stuff, and you've got cologne. So, you know, if you're a man, you can still get Sephora at Kohl's. Tired. I never get tired of Elliott Smith's music, never will. I haven't been able to. Now, there's some musicians, and I'll name them. Wilco. I did get tired of Wilco after a while. I'd still listen to him. And same with Tweedy. I like Tweedy better. But I like Jeff Tweedy. I don't get tired of Elliott Smith. Sun Kill Moon, I got tired of him. I listened to him religiously for about a year and a half. Right before I met Linda. And then I introduced Sun Kill Moon to Linda, and she liked Sun Kill Moon. She liked them. And they are good. They're dang good. I'm starting to listen to War on Drugs, and I haven't really got tired of War on Drugs. But Elliott Smith, I don't get tired of him. It's kind of like Taco Bell. You can go back to Taco Bell, and you eat it, and you're still like, okay. And you got to slow down. I met a lady one time, she said, you know, Cole, you never get tired of Taco Bell. And I thought about it. I was like, it's interesting. Because I wanted to see if it worked, you know. I never got tired of it. Never have, not Taco Bell. Even as a young kid, even as a teenager, I'd still eat it. Even today, I can go to Taco Bell, and I'll be fine with that meal. Wendy's, I got a little bit tired of it. McDonald's, tired of it. I hate McDonald's. I will get a fish sandwich and a 7-Up only at a McDonald's. I'm tired of their quarter pounders. I don't get tired of Taco Bell. I don't get tired of Elliott Smith. He's essential for every musician. If you don't listen to him, don't talk to me. David Bowie too. You don't get tired of David Bowie really. You can go back and do the whole Let's Dance. You can do the whole thing on David Bowie. What was it that he did that was great? All the Ziggy Stardust. You don't get tired of Space Oddity. You can listen to it 100,000 times and still be like, what is this? Because David Bowie was mysterious. But you don't get tired of Elliott Smith. He knew chord progression. And he could take any song or any moment. He thought of it like shapes. They interviewed him. I saw the interview. He thought of music like putting together shapes. It's Barbecue, Texas. This is Toy Tree up here. But he could put it all together in a very comfortable, listening, understandable. You know, Jeff Tweedy did that. He did that when he went solo. And he did a whole series. I don't know if he's a bootleg Jeff Tweedy, but this was like Jeff Tweedy before an audience. And it was on Spotify. I listened to it. It was brilliant. And he can do it too. But no one did it like Elliott Smith when it came to the chord progression and the builds, how he'd hang the builds and the lifts. His voice was not too showy. It wasn't too like Morrissey, where it's all fancy. Although Morrissey is a great writer, and I think Elliott Smith took a little bit from Morrissey. I think he did. When you listen to Elliott Smith, you can hear his Morrissey influence, because Morrissey was the writer. Stephen Patrick Morrissey was the writer, and he's still probably a better writer than all of them. Stephen Patrick Morrissey is a better writer than all of them, but he did not do what Elliott Smith did, not with Elliott Smith's music. And there's devout fans of Elliott Smith. Yeah, Jack Black is one of them. But there are devout fans, and I've been listening to him since I started Rideshare, and even before. I first started really listening to Elliott Smith when I was in Maine. This is before I started writing Escape from Maine, right before I started writing it. And I listened to him. I laid down. Everyone talks about it. They're always laying down. And I put on these headphones. They were like earplug headphones, the earbuds. And I had a thing called, it was similar to Spotify, but it wasn't Spotify. It was like Django, something called Django. I don't know how I got to his track. It wasn't Needle in the Hay, but it was something else, because Needle in the Hay was the most famous one. And it was something else, and I said, what in the world? And I just listened to it, and I was completely addicted from that point on. I was like, what in the world? And I just laid back, and it just all entered into me. This person, this person's voice and this world that he created. And it was like a mood and a sound. And I was just blown away. I was like, how can someone create this type of music? It's amazing. Now, David Bowie, don't get me wrong. When I listen to David Bowie and Labyrinth and all that stuff, it's just great. But when I listened to Elliott Smith, it was like I was put into a trance. And I relaxed. And it was like, what is this? What is this feeling? And I just kept on listening. I still listen today. I'm actually got Summer Noon on right now with Tweety, but I have him on another channel that you can't see. It's basically like basically it's YouTube. It's not YouTube Red, but YouTube Red is like a channel only for music. This is just YouTube, and I'm listening to like a collection of his stuff. And I know he's got bootlegs, and I want to develop his music more. We can find those bootlegs, and I do want to investigate the murder, or the self-murder, or the suicide, because it was 2 stab wounds to the heart, which I think is impossible, because both chambers were ruptured. But that's what went on. And I don't know if he was stabbed and took it out, and then stabbed again, or if she stabbed him, and then he took it out, and then stabbed himself again. We don't know what happened. But 2 stab wounds inflicted into the heart doesn't make sense to me. That sounds like murder to anybody. LAPD classified it as a suicide. It was determined as suicide. No drugs found in his bloodstream other than Ritalin, which was prescribed to him because he, I think, maybe had ADHD or something. I think it was ADHD or ADD, attention deficit disorder. So he was prescribed with Ritalin, and that was all that was found. I don't know if it was an abuse of Ritalin that led to something like that, but I want it to be investigated. And if they have to do a retrial and bring in Jennifer Chiba, I have no problem with that, because we can investigate it. It happened in a place called, they call it, Jordan talks about it, Jordan the Lion. It's called the Snow White houses is what they call it. They look like Snow White houses. And that's where he performed a basement on a hill. And the basement on a hill was his album that was released posthumously after his death. He started with Roman Candle and worked his way all the way to Figure 8. And while he was alive, all those albums released under studio. Basement on the Hill was later developed and then released after his death. They call it posthumously. So he was working on that album, and then he was killed. And Basement on the Hill is the one that I own on digital streaming. I own that album. I do plan to own all of them, even Figure 8, going all the way back to my favorite, which is Roman Candle. Roman Candle, I think, is the best album ever written. I do also put Sun Kill Moon's Ghost of the Great Highway way up there, because I think that's a really, really good one. And I think probably David Bowie's going to be thrown in there too on my top 3. I can't announce my top 3. I only know my top 2. And then probably Pink Floyd will be in there, The Wall and Dark Side of the Moon. But there are some great musicians, you know, just great stuff. And Elliott Smith he's up there at my very, very top when it comes to chord progression. It comes to writing music, making it all fit. He made things fit. And I don't think anyone's really better. It's my own opinion. I'm sorry. I'm going to switch it back over to YouTube.